Ali, I know you want to come in, but if I could, I just like to, if I may, to just tackle one question that's just popped up on VBox. So I think it's really important. Somebody's just made a comment that question. So we get no real practical hands-on support. We might have ideas, but no idea to actually implement them. That is the whole point of the enABLe process, is that through the enABLe process, and you do your workshop, the idea is to be creative, to throw those ideas out in terms of the kind of activities that you'd like to generate and do. Now, at that point, you might not know how to do them. That's absolutely fine, because we can then work with you and align you up with colleagues in academic development, with your OCDs, with your learning designers, with the TAIL colleagues that I know are here today, to help you create the resources at the moment you might not think you can do. And I think my personal approach to this is be creative, be innovative, take a risk with the kind of things that you like to do. The support to help you do that is there. And through the enABLe, what it will allow Dev to do is identify those areas where perhaps some more CPD is required around different areas of online provision, or as we come out of COVID, going back to learning and teaching, assessment design, authentic approaches to learning and teaching, play, whatever. We can make sure that additional support is there, so you can visualize and actually develop those creative things that you'd like to do, but perhaps at the moment not quite sure how to do it. Ali, I'll hand to you.
Thank you. I just wanted to add a couple of things on the basis of every the previous comments and interventions, which are very, very helpful. The one thing I often say to colleagues in preparation for the DNA meeting, particularly the DNA meeting, is that the facilitator needs to bear in mind that they need to do three things in the DNA meeting. The first one is to listen. The second one is to listen. And the third one is to listen. From a very selfish perspective, I can share my own experience of the DNAs I've run and the pre-DNAs I've run with colleagues so far. I've learned a lot about areas of our provision as a university that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So that's a selfish view of the DNA, yes, but it does help me enormously to plan for the actual workshop that will follow. So just to cite examples, I've learned a lot about adult nursing and the challenges they face with the respective PSRBs. I learned a lot about geosciences. I learned a lot about linear algebra and transportation, for that matter, Lee, if you remember. I learned a lot about TV production and the challenges associated with modifying and changing the name of an existing course and turning it into a different course, which is what the enABLe process will help them do. So in whatever scenario, as a DNA facilitator, the facilitator will listen and will have to listen in order for the enABLe workshop to work. Otherwise, it can be perceived as an imposition, which is absolutely not the intention of this. This is your workshop. This is the participants' workshop, and they determine the agenda. What we have is a structure to help you walk through that agenda.